Hello, everyone, and welcome to Martinsville. I am Noah Walter, your host tonight here at the Jim Hallahan 250. This is our third time running it here with the CASCAR Schroeder Plumbing Cup Series. We started not quite 2 years ago, but about a year and a half ago. Almost two, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, we are here at Martinsville yet again, and we are going to be hosting this 250 lap race. Martinsville is a half-mile track, so our race is not actually 250 miles, but well, it's a lap count, and it's gooder. It's nicer to have a high number when it comes to the race name, so we'd like to have that in there, and, well, super awesome. Well, thank you very much, Mike. I certainly appreciate the feedback. I've been trying to work on it and make sure everything gets all good, so I'm glad that they are all nice and dandy now. I did work on a few things, so I appreciate that. With that, though, we are here tonight at this very historic short track in the middle of Virginia. Last week winner we did not get to interview or actually talk to at all because we weren't here. I was working late at my job, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to make it for this event, last week's event. But we are here now, and we're going to be putting on a great show, and make sure you tune in on Thursdays now. Yes, Thursdays, so you can catch the Coast to Coast Xfinity Series, the Spino Series. We are hosting that as well, and you can join us in 2 weeks' time for the second race at Auto Club. With that, though, let's go ahead and head on into the session, and we are going to be rounding out qualifying in a few minutes. So let's go and interview your current poll. Oh, he is not in the chat, unfortunately. That is that's a common one. But we will interview your second place finisher, who just got moved teams, Will Cloud. So we'll head on and see what his thoughts are for tonight. Just give us one moment. Will, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
Yes, I do.
Well, it looks like you are second right now in qualifying. How are you feeling here at this short track?
Pretty good. I mean, this is one of my favorite tracks, and knowing how the race is going to go, I'm just going to be trying to survive and hopefully avoid the wrecks.
Yeah, I know you and a few others. Nope, that is not true. I'm sorry. But I do know that you did just get switched to Equipment Geek Racing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it doesn't change much because the 8 of us are still working together, trying to be better. But I think it was more just for a points focus thing. But either way, I'm just here to race and hopefully win.
I understand. You already have 2 wins in this series, though, and that's saying something already.
Thank you.
So I know that you're going to be potentially gunning for a championship here. Is there any playoff races you think you're going to miss?
I honestly would have to look at the schedule. I really don't know at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Will, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on the position underneath pole, and we'll see how your race goes here tonight. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
Just the guys at both EG and FC, always giving tips and whatnot.
All right. Well, Will, thank you once again for your time, and good luck.
Thank you.
Will Cloud, the number 48 for now, Equipment Geek Racing rather than FZ. Let's go ahead and interview somebody that was, Will did not race in the Mooncar 24 just the other day, but someone that did would be Doug Newby, your winner of the last race. Let's go ahead and interview him and see how he's doing. Doug's up in the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah.
Well, I know that just recently you were participating in the Mooncar 24. Tell us a little bit about that.
It was pretty good. I did the first couple stints for our team. First 3 stints for our team. I did one in the morning. Pretty chaotic towards the end there, but we had a lot of fun, the whole team. Adra, we kind of did together. Some guys in their teams too. Specifically, Will Cloud, Jeffrey from the other teams, and Brett and a couple other people on our team. So it was fun. A lot of fun. You had a good experience.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you guys did have a good time. Do you think it's going to help you at all for tonight's race?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they drive pretty similar. I'm like not gonna lie, they do kind of. I mean, the mod is you could throw them in a little deeper just because they're going slower, but same concept with the downshifting. Pretty ironic though, in my opinion, the Miatas actually drive better here, and I feel more comfortable just because of how just stupid these things are, in my opinion, with the independent rear suspension. Where, I mean, in qualifying, I was running like .0s, but every single time I got out of 4, it just spun out no matter what I tried. So, gonna be fun getting through the back. I know a couple of us on our team are kind of had that issue. So we're gonna be in the back and gonna put on a show hopefully for you.
All right. Well, Doug, thank you very much for your time, and good luck here tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I think everyone's gonna need it. I'm gonna be honest with you. So.
Number 71, Doug Newbinging, winner of last race. We should ask him a little bit about that, but looks like I was mistaken. Will did participate in that. A lot of drivers were for the Ager team, including Mr. Jeffrey Belk as well. So with that, though, let's go ahead on in and take a look at our qualifying order. So, starting on pole position, if he can make it in, I know, unfortunately... Ooh, that's not the right one. I know he's been having some computer troubles. It's going to be the 41 of Richard Drake. Please make it, Richard. Believe me, you really need to be in there. Last season's champion. But on the outside, it's going to be the 48 of Will Cloud. And the row number 2 on the inside, it's going to be Brandon Fiedler with Greg Snellgrove, the 22, alongside in 4th. There he is, Richard Drake's in. All right, let's hope that stays. Row number 3 inside is going to go to the 55 of Jeffrey Belk with Kyle Mundell in the number 34 alongside. Row number 4 is going to go to the 2 of Rob Carl and the 20 of Brady Floyd. 9th position is going to go to Matt Stewart, who is top of the qualifying board after pulling the Hail Melon Chastain move by riding the wall, which is not going to be allowed throughout the race or in qualifying. So he is going to be down in 9th with Brian Fradian in the 81 alongside. Row number 6, inside lane, is going to go to the 45 of Bryn George with Matt Malavagna, I believe with a new paint scheme. Going to be in 12th alongside. Row 7, inside lane, is going to go to Christopher Stroop with Paul Ems in the 28 alongside. Row number 8, inside lane, is going to go to Brian Lorenzo with Patrick Coluccio bringing up the outside lane in 16th. Row number 9 is going to go to Wes Gallo and Ashton Reiki. These two currently a bit further back in the board. We're going to see what they do. Row number 10, inside is going to go to Tyler Hallahan in the 88 with Daniel Sykes in the 99 alongside. Row number 11 is going to go to the 8 of Mark LaPierre. I know it says 16, having an issue there. We're going to be taking care of that with Brett Murphy in the 64 alongside. Michael Sparks in the 42 brings up 23rd, and Mr. Doug Newbinging, who we just interviewed, in 24th. Bring up the rear of our field. It's going to be the 10 of Richard Beasley, the 12 of Jacob McMillan, who's subbing in for Ben McDonnell. Row number 14 is going to go to Sylvan Seguin, and I believe it'll be him and Cody Snyder bringing us to the end of our grid. Okay. Well, we have 250 laps. Stage lap is on lap 100 here at Martinsville Speedway. 0.53 miles. This short track will be one crazy race. As soon as we get the first caution opportunity, we'll go ahead and interview Mr. Tyler Hallahan. He is the grandson of Jim Hallahan, and this race is held in his honor. So we'll interview him, get his thoughts, see how he's doing for tonight. I know he's not feeling great, so hopefully Mr. Tyler does feel better. With that, as we head down the backstretch, I'll let everybody know if we do end up having any drivers ride the wall, they will be instantly disqualified. But I will yell Freebird. So with that, though, Richard Drake and Will Cloud head out of turn number 4 here at Martinsville Speedway to bring us to lap number 1. It will be green flag. Good start from Mr. Drake there. Same with Hallahan. You can see him way further back. Look at the start on that 41 car. Brandon Fiedler in the Jeffrey Belk 55 Toyota also off to a good start. That inside line definitely looks fast. Oh, and Drake loses it off of turn 4. Oh, and there's a huge pile up. There it is. Caution flies already. We'll take a look at that at a few other angles, but you already got the main gist of how that's going to look. So we will be right back. Okay, we rejoin in. As you can see, Mr. Drake goes around in the center of the turn. I don't think he got a lot of practice time in. Brandon Fiedler moves up to the high side to get out of the way. He's in the 39 car, which is a bit different to see. But Jeffrey Belk in the 55 goes down to the bottom. Unfortunately, by moving to the bottom so fast, he loses control of the car, heads down towards the bottom, basically at the same time as Greg Snellgrove hits the wall. Rob Carl gets into the back of Snellgrove. We see Fradian really going a bit too fast to get out of the way, collides with Snellgrove as well. And it looks like there's just a big pile up. Matt Stewart involved as well in the 7. I think Chris Droop might be able to make it through. It looks like Paul Ems just gets unfortunately caught up as well. Coluccio in the wall, up on the high side, trying to stay out of the way. This is just turning into chaos. All right, well, we saw how that went, so we'll be right back and head up to real time. Okay. Brandon Fiedler is going to be sitting at the top of the board, so let's go and interview Tyler Hallahan and see what his thoughts are so far for tonight and how this race he thinks will be going. Tyler's over the booth. Do you read me?
Hey, Noah, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. Well, this race is being held in your grandfather's honor. Please tell us a bit about it.
You know, my grandfather, he was pretty an awesome guy. He loved racing. Didn't matter what form of racing it was. He just loved being at the track, being around people, helping other drivers out. So we figured we'd, in the CASCAR League, have a race in his honor. And we got an early caution here, so hopefully we get some long green flag runs. But he was a good man, and I miss him a lot.
I completely understand. Well, Tyler, thank you very much for allowing us to run this race, and good luck with your racing here tonight, and you can do your grandfather proud.
Thank you.
Number 88, Tyler Hallahan, going to be starting in 15th position as we come off of turn number 4. It is going to be Brandon Fiedler, the BRs, getting off to a real good start. That inside line, very powerful. Will Cloud following alongside, doing what he can to keep up and maintain second position as Kyle Mundell searching for his first win of the series. Already making a good attempt by running in third now. Brian Fradian, look at this. Equipment Geek looking off to a real good start so far here tonight. All right, that is it. We completed a lap. Let's see how long we can keep this up. It is difficult to maintain long green flag runs here. Oh, big shunt from Brady Floyd into the back of Rob Carl, the 2. Ooh, Brandon Fiedler around. Wait, no, that was Kyle Mundell around. Oh, of course, as soon as I say anything about him. Every single time. It's the commentator's curse. No caution is flown, though. He recovers the car, currently sitting, Yikes. All the way down. Hopefully we'll be able to come back and do something for us. Put on a good show, but Equipment Geek now running 1-2-3 with Rob Carl in 4th, Brady Floyd in 5th. Brady being one of the drivers at the Mooncar 24. Will Cloud was as well. I forgot to... I thought he wasn't, but he definitely was. I was not involved in that, so I don't remember all the drivers, unfortunately. Still, your top 2 really beginning to break away. Fiedler and Cloud really have a good grip on this track, but I think this is also serving as a good time for Fradian to hold up the rest of the pack if they have the speed. Getting these braking points down is one of the most difficult parts of this track, finding out how far you can push the car in and how hard you need to brake. But looking down to the inside, it's going to be Carl. He's going for the position, does not get it this turn. Still, he got a good inside line run, though, as Fradian's close to the wall. They come down into turn number 1. You can see just how hard that Carl has to work for it. This will not be an easy pass, and that's going to go for everybody in this entire field. Caution flies. Ooh, lost it. We will come back and see what brought it out. Oh, we got it. Well, we return here at Martinsville, following along with the 22 of Snellgrove. Takes a high approach, crosses the concrete down. Hallahan comes up the track a little bit, but Greg is definitely going down. And that sends them both into the wall. Same with Michael Sparks getting into him. Now, big crash for Hallahan down low. Now, one thing that does need to be mentioned is that there is no more fast repairs. Keep that in mind. No more. So when you have an incident, that's it. You're done. If it's big enough. So this definitely looks like some front end damage. Ooh, that tire is locked up for Mr. Snellgrove. He's going to be in the pits for a while, and I can only imagine that Mr. Hallahan will be as well. Unfortunate for those guys. You got to feel for them. It is a tough one to be in. Due to our limited pit time, caution time, let's go and bring up the 39 of Brandon Fiedler and see what his thoughts are here tonight. Brandon's over the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah, what's up, Noah?
Well, currently you've been leading this race so far. Please give me your thoughts.
Not much really to tell. We had a nice little run there. Car turns pretty well. Nothing really to complain about. Just got to make sure you don't overdrive the corners. If you do, the car just won't turn at all. So I think that's really one of the only things to be mindful of. The other is just watching out for the curves coming off the corner. I did that a couple of times in practice today, where I just hit the curb and the car just you can't save it. The car just decides to go off on its own.
Gotcha. It looks like you and Will Cloud have a very good understanding of this track. Have you practiced?
I did for maybe an hour this week. Nowhere near what I did for that the Indy Road course, but I've always really enjoyed Martinsville as a track. I think in my mind, the hour was good enough for me just to kind of understand what the new braking points and everything are, the shifting and everything. So I'm actually very confident in myself at Martinsville. I love this track.
All right. Well, Brandon, thank you very much for your time. Who do you thank for your race car here tonight?
I'd like to thank Jeff for being on the car tonight, at his Twitch handle on my car tonight. I'd like to thank 921 Mobile DJ, Schrader Plumbing, for being primary sponsors most of the time, EGR for being a great group of guys, and then I'd like to thank my family for watching. They're down in Tennessee right now while I'm doing this, so we'll see them on Tuesday, and I'm excited to see them then.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Brandon, and good luck here tonight.
Thanks.
Number 39, Brandon Fiedler, going to be bringing us once again to the green with Will Cloud alongside Brian Fradian in fourth, Rob Carl in third. And here they go, leaving turn number 4. There it is, the green flag. Great start there once again for the 39. Definitely has a good understanding of how to launch that car. Rob off to a fantastic start as well, though. You cannot count him out. Looking down to the inside of Cloud. Can he secure the position? It's going to be close. Still side by side. You can definitely see how competitive this field will be. Great run for Will Cloud off of turn number 4. As they head down into 1, you can see just how well they have to ring that car around. Brady Floyd hoping to make moves as well as Fradian falls throughout the field. Hopefully he doesn't keep going too far, but that's going to be Will Cloud able to drive it in deep and keep the position. He's going to be able to move down and block Carl from making it through. Floyd back up into 4th. Can he close into Carl ahead? Caution's out yet again. We will be right back. We return following the number 41 Kinetic Racing Laker News Toyota Camry. Clips the curb and loses it off of turn 4. Jeffrey Buck does not help him and helps him get around. Yikes. Another spin for the 41 as they go through the restart zone. That, you gotta feel for him. He has not had a ton of time in this car. He's coming back in, last season's champion. We have not had a repeat champion yet, despite this being the 4th season. Keep that in mind. So, unfortunately, that will be Richard Drake moving him down as he's brought out the 2nd caution. We'll be right back and jump back up to live. We return. See Mr. Drake going into the pits now. Currently, Bryn George rounds out your top 10, running a new Dr. Pepper scheme. See Matt Stewart currently running in 7th position. Doing a great job so far here tonight at Martinsville. We have not seen a whole ton of Matt as of late, so it's good to see more drivers as we can. You'll obviously see a couple repeat names between here and Coast to Coast, so we'd like to see those guys for both the races of the week. Okay. Of course, if you have any drivers you would like interviewed, please let me know out in the chat. I would love to bring them up, and this will kind of be the race to do it, as we will be having so much extra time. I'll not be doing it this yellow to give these guys a little bit of a break. But I'm thinking of grabbing somebody we don't usually talk to, so let me know, and we will see what we can do. One thing I do want to bring up for tonight, and that is going to be the 12, subbing in for Ben McDonald. That's Jacob McMillan, running the name Julian on his hood in memory of a lost friend that just recently took his own life. So we give our thoughts and prayers over to his family and to Mr. McMillan as well. Seems like Mr. McMillan and I do not have a good connection with Martinsville when we broadcast here, as this is not the first time we've had a special name on his hood if we go back to Tuesday Night Trucks. So we, like I said, our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and, of course, to Mr. McMillan as well. As we come back up to the front of our field, though, we see Rob Carl still has 3rd position. Will Cloud and the 39 of Fiedler have a good grip on this field so far, but can Rob Carl upset it as they leave turn number 4? Enter the Geico restart zone. It's Brandon Fiedler with a great start yet again. Not a good enough start for Carl this time. Will Cloud slams the door on him early, not letting him through. Floyd stays ahead at the 81 of Fradienne, but that's Paul Ems coming through up the field, currently in the 28. You can see him on the outside of the 81. Ooh, into the wall for him. Free bird. I did say that anytime I see a wall collision, especially on the outside wall. That's noteworthy enough, I will say it. Lorenzo comes up through the field as well, the 77 Ager Esports Ford Mustang. Going to make some moves. Rob Carl looking to the inside of Billy Stratus. Can he make the move stick? He forces him up the track. Got to be careful of that wall. This is a pretty narrow racetrack. Very close skim there for the 48. As they come around turn 4, Carl still has the position. This is giving time for Fiedler to run away, though. Can the 48 get the position back? Will already has 2 wins this season. Ooh, a collision between the 81 and the 77. Looks like Rob definitely has the position. Will not able to get it. So let's see if Will's going to be able to come back and try to steal it away. Look how close he is to that bumper. And back a little bit further in the field, Doug Newbigging in the 71. Looking down the inside of Bryn George, starting pretty far back here for tonight, but he did win last week. Ooh, Ems is around off of turn 4, turned around. Stays low off the track. Caution does not fly. Interesting. Okay. This looks like Brandon Fiedler seems to have had a problem. I think he spun off of one of the turns, and Rob Carl is now leading this race with Will Cloud in 2nd. Brady Floyd currently runs in 3rd. Lorenzo chases from 4th. That's going to be Adra 3 and 4. As we can see, Doug Newbing already really making his way through. Looks hard onto the inside of the 81. Does not make it stick. Brian will not be letting Doug by easily. This Fiedler tries to chase down the 77 of Lorenzo to get his position back. Will Cloud begins to lose time to Carl ahead. Rob, I believe, has won a race this season, but I know his attendance and luck have once again started to repeat themselves like they did last season, where it's just not all there. So hopefully he'll be able to come back and put himself back into championship contention. Newbegin has gotten around the 81 as he's about to break into the top 5 if he can get around Fiedler. Another driver making it into the top 10. It's the 64 of Brett Murphy, the NS Service and Premium Baseball Advancement. Ford Mustang for Adria Esports closes in on Jeffrey Belk in the forkload.net 55. Looks like Jeff is trying to work his way around the 45 of George. This seems to be a good night for Equipment Geek and FZ Racing. Most of their drivers currently running up towards the top of the field. Looks like Brady Floyd is losing time to Will Cloud ahead. Not by that much, but just a little bit, as it looks like Lorenzo's been able to close in somewhat. We're going to head back to Brandon Fiedler and follow along and see what he sees here at Martinsville. So he passed by Michael Sparks in the 42. Marc LaPierre as well, very close there, the 8. You can see just how intense this is for the drivers. Having to manage your gear shifts as well as keeping the car in track, not spinning it. Ooh, as looks like somebody did. Not sure who spun, but caution has not flown. There it is. Caution flies. There it is. The 99. Daniel Sykes. His drivers go around as he is stopped on the racetrack. We'll be right back and see what happened. Okay, we rejoin. Following the 99 as he follows behind the 07 of West Gallo. Richard Beasley, another race winner behind him in the 10. Come up leaving turn 4. Looks like we're going a bit slow there. There we go. Looks like he just doesn't slow down enough, hits into the rear end of the 07 and then clips the curb, sending him around. Beasley, looks like he barely avoids him, but does get around. And that's going to be sending the 99 stuck down low. That's who we did see around as your leaders passed by. As he goes around on the racetrack, but it looks like he doesn't have a good opportunity. He's still going back. Guns it to turn around and just loses it when trying to accelerate again. His drivers dodge and weave out of the way. Unfortunate for the 99 team. That will be our third caution of the night, I believe. Third or fourth. We'll be right back. All right, well, I was thinking about interviewing somebody from the back of the grid, but it looks like Rob Carl wants to take the lead here. And because we have not spoken to him in a while, we are going to give him a chat if we can. It's good to see him as he races for Great White North now. Let's go and grab him. Rob is on the booth. Do you read me? I am doing pretty well, but it's good to see you up here at the front of the field. It has been a while since you've been here with us.
Yeah, was up front at Charlotte, got a win there. Completely different type of track, so hoping to be able to do the same.
I understand. Well, it looks like if you might be going for your second win if you're able to keep it together. you and Will Cloud might be the 2 race winners.
Yeah, there's Will's got 2. I got 1. There's I think been quite a few winners this season, so it's been a strong field.
Absolutely. Who's your biggest concern of the night so far?
The wrecks.
Gotcha. Okay.
The wrecks and lap traffic. I mean, everybody's good. Everyone's competitive. It's just going to be trying to maneuver all the other things.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Rob, thank you very much for your time. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
Everyone at Great White North. And I'd like to thank you for the broadcast, and that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Rob, yet again, and good luck.
Thank you.
With that, Rob and Will are going to be heading into turn number 3. And now, as they leave turn number 4, as they head into the Geico restart zone, it's Rob Carl taking off. Looks like that inside lane definitely does have a very strong advantage, as Will Cloud still is in second. It's going to be a battle for Adra between Lorenzo and Floyd for third, and it looks like Brady Floyd is trying to take the bottom away from Lorenzo, won't let him have it. Ooh, big slide there for the 20s, recovers, but Lorenzo gets third for sure. Fiedler is going to be closing in though, and Doug Newbing, who has made a big comeback, is now going to be fighting to get position. Back through the field just a little bit. Cautions out yet again. This is turning into one of our least favorite races that we had with the amount of cautions. So we will be back and hope that it does not turn into that race, which we do not name. Okay, apologies for the wait. It took us a while to find this one. Did not want to show up in our session indicator, so we're going to watch that yet again, see what happened here. Looks like Brett Murphy goes in for a hard dive. Let's make sure that's the case. Yep, definitely looks like it. The 64 dives hard on the inside of the 48. Oh, just spins them around, sending them both up the track, and it looks like, ooh, the 87 just pile drives them both. Richard Ray getting involved as well. Several cars involved, and that's going to be sending them around, and that will not be helping any of their races so far here tonight, as a lot of cars are beginning to get some heavy damage. Skimming the wall there for the 3 as well. We'll be back and jump up to real time. Okay, we are here, hopping back up to our leaders. Lorenzo has third, but Fiedler able to starting to crawl his way back, now up into fourth, but Doug Newbing is going to be in fifth, very close behind. Okay, let's we don't have time for another interview, as we're going to be going green, I believe, this time. To our uninitiated at home, when the lights on the pace car turn off, pace truck this time, when all the lights go off, all the cars will be stacked like they are now, where they're 2 wide, and then we hit the green flag. Well, in good news, we are a bit over a fifth of the way through this race. Definitely looking at a long one. With that, though, we're going to be leaving turn number 4, and it's going to be Rob Carl and Will Cloud taking us to the green flag. Once again, a good start for that inside line. Looks like Lorenzo has a good start as well. He's able to take the bottom away from Cloud, not letting him in. That's part of the big challenge, is not letting that outside back into this track. I mean, on the bottoms, looks like the 71 also looking for a way through, but Cloud's going to be able to come down and not let him through that easily. Another block there for the 48 team to not let the 71 just run away with this race. As it looks like that's going to be a block from Fiedler as well onto Floyd. Not going to be helping him at all. Brady's right now caught up between an Equipment Geek sandwich. I know things have been repaired in terms of relationships between the 55 and the 20 after Pocono. No, not Pocono, after Charlotte. The 20 and the 64 were several laps down. But it looks like they are beginning to ease off just a little bit for the 20 car, but looks like Belk will not be letting him get away anytime soon. It looks like Will Cloud had a bit of a struggle, and it looks like Lorenzo is going to be holding on to second place with a very strong grip as he looks down to the inside of the 2 of Carl. That 2 is definitely getting his lead challenge. The 77, Lorenzo, has been having a fantastic season so far. Many top positions. Definitely, I know he has, I think, 2 wins. Oh, caution flies again at Martinsville for the Jim Hallahan. And it looks like Brett Murphy involved again in a collision. Ashton Reiki involved as well. We will be back and see what's happened to bring both of those drivers out of this race. Okay, we have your incident here. Let's go and bring that up. Looks like the 18 of Coluccio gets very hot, comes down to the bottom, clips the curb, comes back up the track, takes out the 26. Brett Murphy goes down low trying to avoid the incident, collides into the 26, comes back up the track, gets heavily involved with Paul Ems. Let's watch that collision. We just didn't see it. Ooh, look at the speed on that. Looks, more into Beasley than anything. Ooh, huge collision between the 2. That might be both Beasley and Ems' races ended, along with the 64s. Hallahan pile drives it into the side of the 64 and the 34 as well. Riki definitely going to be having issues. That is going to be several cars heavily damaged, if not out of tonight's race. Unfortunately, that might include the 88 of Tyler Hallahan. We'll be back. Now, one thing I am contractually obligated to be doing is giving some promotion to our main sponsor, that being Schroeder Plumbing. I've been very busy so far here tonight, so we have not had the time. But now is a good time to mention that Schroeder Plumbing is a family-run company that's been in business for over 50 years in the southeastern Wisconsin area. They specialize in residential new construction and remodeling plumbing services. They will also work with several local builders, or they will work with individuals hoping to build their dream home or do their own remodeling. You can give them a call today at their office number 262-971-0401. That number once again is 262-971-0401. Schroeder Plumbing. Also got to give a hand to Pierce Graphics, who's put together our fantastic overlay package that we get to use every single week here at the CASCAR Schroeder Plumbing Cup Series and now the Coast to Coast Spino Series as well. Got to do that appreciation, man. All right. So it looks like with these incidents, it's going to be putting Doug Newbegin in 4th position. Brady Floyd a bit further back. Fiedler holds on to 5th. So after Brandon's incident, he's been able to come back and really stay in the top 10 positions, not letting go. But it definitely seems like this race is turning into a big wreck fest. I know CASCAR and short tracks don't always get along. We've seen times where they've been a lot better. We can think back to Phoenix of last year. That was a pretty good race. I believe the Richmond race as well was also a good one last season. But our first short track of the season here with the Next Gen Cup cars is not turning out the way I think many of them would like. With that, though, the Iverson.com Motorsport Simulation Pace Truck rolls down pit lane, and it's going to be Rob Carl and Brian Lorenzo bringing us to the end of turn 4 and into the Geico restart zone. It's going to be Rob Carl taken away. Will Cloud has the inside line this time, though. We might be able to get an assist and take it away. Doug Newbing kind of affiliated with Adra. He's running the wrong manufacturer, though, to be part of their team. Carl stuck on the outside. Cloud out to the lead. Definitely an advantage for the 48. Ooh, a slide out of the 2 as well. That is going to be allowing the 48 team to get a big advantage here unless Lorenzo is going to try to steal it away. Newbiging into the top 3. Ken Fiedler come up to assist the 48 car. Help out his teammate. But it looks like Lorenzo is going to be looking down to see if he can pass the 48. Apologies if you hear any plows or squealing tires outside. It is a whiteout and very snowy up here in upstate New York. Getting a lot of lake effect snow off of Lake Ontario. Will Cloud still with the lead, though. That's a bit of a skim of the wall for several of the cars there. Freebird for a lot of them, but not quite the wall riding that's not allowed. Like I said before, an instant disqualification if any of them do try it to just run the wall. It will not work. Ooh, that's going to be a slide, though, for the 48, giving Lorenzo the lead. Newbiging still caught in third, but now Will Cloud has to get around Lorenzo. These two have worked together in the past. They do know each other. But it will not be an easy fight, especially now as Newbiging and Fiedler close in. Can the 39 car come up and disrupt this big fight and not let Adra try to run away with this thing? Newbiging very close to these cars. Looking now the inside for the 71, it's going to be Will Cloud caught on the high side. Can Fiedler make something happen? It doesn't look like it, and Doug Newbiging is going to have the bottom as they cross the line. Keep in mind, lap 100 is going to be our stage. We're approaching soon. I know it's 30 laps away, but still. Down to the inside for Cloud. Almost loses it again off of turn 4. Jeffrey Belk looking pretty aggressive onto the back of Floyd. Makes the overtake stick. Belk now in 5th. Can he come in to assist? Fiedler now running in 3rd. Brian Lorenzo holds on to the lead of this race as it looks like the 99 is around yet again on the bottom. Does it choose to take a tow and go back to his pit stall rather than try to spin it around again? Not seen a lot of the 99 team so far this season. That does look like the 71 is, not 71, sorry, the 77 start to break away just a bit, but we can see the heavy braking where the 71 of Newbiging can really succeed. Around goes the 34 off of turn 2. Can he stay low enough to stay out of trouble? See if that caution flies. We'll know who to go to. But it looks like Mundell was able to not call the yellow as he stays down low. Ooh, he pulls out in the way of the 42, though. Okay, they're all right. He's going to be losing a lap, though. Looks like he has some heavy damage. No fast repairs has made this race much more difficult for a lot of these drivers. With McGee currently running in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. If they can keep this up, especially across the stage, this will be a good points haul for the team and help bring them back into contention. Currently, no Equipment Geek driver previous to Will Cloud's move has had a race win this season aside from the 81 of Fradian at the preseason race, the Clash. Looks like Newbegin is definitely closing in onto the leader of Lorenzo, but that has given also a chance for Fiedler to get close as well. Can Jeffrey Belk come up and try to take away the position from Will Cloud? It'll be a close one. Will Cloud won the Bristol race earlier this year, so we definitely know he's good at these short tracks, and then he won Indy Road Course as well. He's definitely proving to be one of the most diverse drivers in terms of skill. Rob Carl, who was leading this race way earlier on, currently stuck down in 8th position as he overtakes the lapped car of the 42 of Michael Sparks. Tries to bear down onto the 20 of Brady Floyd. Heading back through the field just a little bit. We give some more airtime to some of our other cars out in the field. 22 of Greg Snellgrove back out on track running. Brett Murphy down in pit road. Same with Mr. Hallahan. And it looks like a lot of these guys. Kyle Mundell, though, in the 34, he did, well, he was going to sponsor the Movember 200 at Michigan, but unfortunately I was not able to be there, so I think the plans for that have gone out. But 34 Chevrolet looking good for warning track racing. Ashton Reiki also out on track. Mark LaPierre in the 8, currently leading up this, leading up this pack of the cars. He's now going to be going another lap down as the leaders rocket by. Belk pulls down to the bottom to get out of the way. Matt Malavaglia currently running in 17th. He is currently the last car on the lead lap. Running the Race Energy 3. Wes Gallo with the DeWalt 07 scheme. Good to see him back out on track. Mr. Coluccio running the 18. Paul Ems, after a very rough race so far, many collisions, currently sits in 14th. Matt Stewart, another driver that has had a few collisions, but definitely looks like he has a nice car. 13th. Jacob McMillan ahead, so these guys are all battling for position here as they try to chase down Bryn George, who's rounding out your top 10. But even George, though, is trying to close in on Brian Fradian. This is definitely turning into, it looks like, a good event for a lot of these guys. Some good chances for potential overtakes if they can get their car going in the right way. Richard Beasley, though, currently sitting down in 22nd, 22 laps down from the lead, currently 17 laps down from the driver ahead, Michael Sparks. He's got a long way left to go to get back into this one, but unfortunately I don't think he'll be able to get there. Brady Floyd currently sits in 8th position, trying to get back to Rob Carl, who was able to overtake as they close in on Richard Drake, who seems to be able to come back and is now given a chance. This is a good hope for last year's champion. I believe he is not able to contend for the playoffs with the amount of races he's unfortunately missed. But it looks like he's been able to stick in so far here tonight, and this might be a good opportunity for him, and hopefully it will turn out to be. Jeffrey Belk sits in 5th as they go by Kyle Mundell. And Will Cloud comes up to pass by the 3 of Malavaglia. We'll be seeing Matt Malavaglia again pretty soon at the next road course race. Be good to see the 3 team back up here in the booth. We certainly do appreciate him up here. A lot of these drivers coming around this lapped traffic. Brandon Fiedler hoping to make a move as well, but he's been losing time to your 2 leaders, Lorenzo and Newbigging, because they come up to Wes Gallo now in the 07. Very close there to the DeWalt car as they take the bottom to get around. Can this be an opportunity for Newbigging to go for the lead? I think he was thinking about it, but Lorenzo will not be letting him have it. I know these guys are currently in a voice chat together, which will be helping them communicate what kind of racing they want to be doing. If they can just hunker down and take 1 and I guess maybe 2 for Adria, but that Chevrolet is certainly not a Ford. Now to the inside of LaPierre yet again for the 8 Kenny Drugs Ford. All right, heading back a little bit through our field, we can see Brian Fradian currently has Bryn George right behind him, the 45. Can this be a good opportunity for Bryn to move into the top 9 instead of being the top 10? He's got Christopher Stroop behind him, a good chain of cars that are going to be looking for overtakes. Can they work together enough to not be battling and just gain time, but to lose time to the cars ahead? Pretty aggressive move there out of Fradian, going down to the bottom to overtake Hallahan. Turning into 1-2. This is definitely turning into one of our better, longer green flag runs. Hard on the brakes there for Newbigging. Almost got into the back of Lorenzo. They close in onto Patrick Coluccio, who's currently the last car now on the lead lap. Fortunately, many of these cars we did not get to see last week at Michigan, so it's good to see them back yet again. Mr. Coluccio was at the stream on Thursday, though. Unfortunately, he does request not to be brought up into the booth under any circumstances unless he wins the race or finishes on the podium, so... That is something that our drivers can request. If you do not want to be up here ever, you can say so. Prefer if you were, but I understand. Will Cloud looking down to the bottom to get by the 8 team. 55 still right there as well. Still turning out to be a good night for Equipment Geek. Cannot fault them on that. And seriously, Fiedler is not just giving this position up. He's lost a bit of time to Newbigging, but still, he's right there. Is now Lorenzo looks to be able to pull away just a little bit. And we're only going to have a few more laps before we hit our stage, and we'll have a yellow that is not caused by an accident, unless we get close like that again. Paul Ems with the heavy damage chooses to continue riding the bottom. Bit of a lockup there on his tire. Not letting Lorenzo through easily. He is a lapped car. There he goes, out of the way now. 77 with a still good ride, but that 71 of Newbigging is right there on him. Bit of a chance for Fiedler to get by. Paul Ems also racing in the Coast to Coast Spino Series as well. Like I said, many familiar names. With that, though, we are going to be rounding out lap 100 as we cross the line, and Brian Lorenzo is going to win the stage here at Martinsville. Fantastic run to the 77 team. A good stage win. Let's go ahead and give him an interview. See what his thoughts are so far of the night. Mr. Lorenzo, it's Noah up in the booth. Can you read me?
Yeah, loud and clear, man.
All right. Congratulations on the stage win. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Yeah, I'm feeling great. The car's feeling really good right now, and I'm excited to keep going.
Well, I do have to ask, is Doug on the Adra team officially in terms of points?
No, he is not.
Gotcha. Okay, so he's just working with you guys because you guys raced together. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that, though, are you concerned that he's going to be going for the lead?
Of course, but I can trust. It's good to have friends at a short track like Martinsville, and he's definitely going to be one of them all night.
Gotcha. Okay, so what's going to be your strategy going forward?
Definitely track position is going to be key. I think getting track position, just putting yourself in the right position, coming for that last run. Track position seems to be quite literally everything.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Brian, thank you very much for your time. Good luck here tonight. Who do you have to thank for your race car?
Definitely. Got to thank Adria Esports for giving us the opportunity as usual. Thank the CASCAR guys for putting on a show, and thank you, of course, for putting on the broadcasting.
All right, sounds good. Well, Brian, thank you very much yet again, and good luck here tonight.
Thanks, man.
Number 77, Brian Lorenzo wins the stage. Your top 10 in stage are going to be Lorenzo, Newbigging. Your top 3 are Lorenzo, Newbigging, and Fiedler. Definitely a good run for them. This gives an opportunity for many of the cars to come back and get recentered to fight again another day. Of course, if there's a driver you'd like brought up into the booth, let me know, call it out, and I would love to interview them. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and pick somebody just to see how they are doing tonight. And let's talk to somebody we have not spoken to in a while. Let's go with the 87 of Chris Stroop if we can. It looks like he is, he's deafened, but he might be able to undeafen for us. Chris, open the booth. Do you read me?
I do, Noah. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, but you've been having one crazy night. Please tell me a little bit about it real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we've just been trying to hold the bottom line, avoid some wrecks. We did get caught up in one little spin in front of us there, but didn't seem to affect us at all. So I'm just trying to hold my spot here and hope we don't lose too many spots on the restart. But
Absolutely.
so far, so
Yeah, absolutely understandable. So far, I've seen that Warning Track Racing has been having one up and down season so far. You guys had a very strong start, but it looks like you guys have been struggling a little bit. What's been going on?
yeah, we've had our ups and downs. It feels like, you know, some weeks we have a couple of us are having internet issues. Other nights, you know, we're getting caught up in other people's wrecks. Just doesn't seem to be going our way lately, but hoping that turns around today. I know a few of us are battling right now, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Chris. I certainly do appreciate it, and good luck here tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Noah. Enjoy the race.
That would be the number 87, Christopher Stroop. And with that end of the interview, we're going to be following along with the 77 and the 71 as they leave turn number 4. Lorenzo will take us into the Geico restart zone and take the green flag. Fantastic start for them. Will Cloud also off to a good start with the bottom. Ooh, they're 3 wide. Newbigging rides the center. Not with a good start. I think he missed a shift. That is going to be a big recovery mode for him as it looks like Jeffrey Belk next to the Jeffrey Belk 55 car. Oh, man, this is weird. The 55 takes 3rd place. He's got the bottom. Fiedler stuck on the high side, still in 4th position. Can he hold off Newbigging and get back into place? Looks like not quite yet. These two are definitely battling side by side. Ooh, overdrives it into the turn, into the wall for the 55. Newbigging takes back the 3rd position as Fiedler stays in 4th. Ooh, Richard Drake looking real aggressive, trying to take the position away as Floyd rides right behind. This is giving Lorenzo a chance to run away as Drake looks down to the bottom to Fiedler. Fiedler throws a block, though, and not letting him through easily. Can he hold it across the turn? He does. These fresh tires are allowing him to make a bit more aggressive moves. Jeffrey Belk still on the move forward, takes the position away from Rob Carl. If he can hold on to it, though, that's going to be tricky. Can he get around Brady Floyd? Rob definitely struggling right now. We see Fradian on the bottom. Ooh, Jeffrey loses it, spins across the track. There it is. Caution flies. We'll be right back. We can get a bit better of an angle with that one. That was some very aggressive driving out of the 55, trying to get it. He made it stick a couple times. It almost worked, but did not last. We'll be right back and see what's going on. Unfortunately, a pretty cut and dry incident here. It looks like he just overdrives it off of turn 4, loses the rear end of the car. There is a bit of a bump there, if I remember right, on the high side, and he just gets spun, just completely spun around, caught in the center of the racetrack, now below that bottom line. Does back up out of the way just a little bit to help these guys, and brings out the yellow. Unfortunate here in these first couple of laps on the start, but that seems to be that is the norm here tonight. So with that, we'll jump back up to real time and see how these guys are doing. Okay. Looks like a couple guys going to be hitting pit road, I imagine, for some more damage repair. Got to give a big thank you tonight for Tyler Hallahan bringing us tonight's race for the Jim Hallahan 250. Of course, held in his grandfather's honor, who loved racing, and we certainly do appreciate the contribution and the... It's good to just hold a race in someone's memory, you know? It's good to have. So, if you want to sponsor your own race, please get in contact with the CASCAR administration team. They would love to have you, and I can get to promote all of your stuff. Also got to give a huge shout-out to Schroeder Plumbing. They have been sponsoring our series for 2 seasons now. Schroeder Plumbing is a family-run company that's been in business for over 50 years in the southeastern Wisconsin area. They specialize in residential new construction and remodeling plumbing services. They will also work with several local builders, or they will work with individuals hoping to build their dream home or do their own remodeling. You can give them a call today at their office number, 262-971-0401. That number, once again, is 262-971-0401. Schroeder Plumbing. All right. 250 laps. Currently on 115. We'll be going to 116 this time. This has certainly been one crazy race. Keep in mind, next Thursday we will not be having a stream, as they will be taking an off week for the Coast to Coast Spino series, and then we will be returning the week after. Well, taking an off week just because they completed Daytona and also American Thanksgiving. But we'll be returning after that, though, to come back very strong at Auto Club. Okay, so now the 77 of Lorenzo and the 48 of Will Cloud are going to be starting this race. Can Will make sure he gets a good start here tonight? Lorenzo's in cahoots with the the 71. So they go off of turn number 4. Lorenzo takes the green flag. Look at the start on Newbing. You can definitely tell these guys are working together. Hard pull down for the 39 of Feeler. Does not want to let anybody get into his position, but Will Cloud, we know he's a good short track racer, stays up on the right there. Look at him go. He's still got a good run, but that is an overdrive straight into 4. He's going to be losing that position. Moves down into 4th right now. Can he hold off Richard Drake from Brandon Feather? It looks like not. Drake on the bottom side, that 41 Kinetic Racing. The Laker News Toyota Camry, very competitive. Not surprising, he was last year's champion. Oh, he does lose it across the line. Hard dodge for many of these guys. Oh, huge collision with multiple drivers. Cautions out yet again. It looks like Coluccio spins himself and then, collides with Sparks again. We will be right back. Oh, no. We rejoin. We see the 41. Luisa will watch that again just to make sure. Yep, that is a too hard on the power. Into the wall. Good dodge by Fradienne and Carl there, though. Look at that skill. They're able to just go straight around and not get involved. Jeffrey Belk just a little bit too late. Ends up spinning the 12 unintentionally. You can see him hard on the brakes, though. Does not actually want to spin the 12. Drake comes down after the collision with Stewart. Gets into M's. Ashton Reiki comes up. Just barely avoids. Westgell hard on the brakes. Gets rear-ended there by the 3 of Malavanya. A huge incident through and through. Absolutely unfortunate for many of these drivers here tonight. This is a short track race, and short track racing is going to happen. Several of them get taken out very, very hard. With that, we'll jump up to real time and see what's going on here at the racetrack. All right, so let's go ahead and interview somebody. We're just gonna grab somebody basically at random. I'm gonna let my cursor fall on Mark Lapierre. Marcus Noblewith, do you read me?
Hey, Noah.
How have you been doing tonight, Mark?
Well, the last few laps, I've gotten a couple laps back, but I mean, I struggle at this track, so I'd say I'm fair.
Hey, it's better than not good at all, because I know some of these guys have been having some very tough races here tonight.
Right.
So, being in the top 15, I've not seen you a whole lot this season. What's been going on?
Just racing. You know.
Okay, all right, that's all good. Well, thank you for your time, Mark. I certainly do appreciate it. Who you got to thank for your race car here tonight?
I'd like to thank J&L Racing, even though Michael hasn't been racing with us lately, but he's got family issues, and so. But I'd like to thank you too.
All right. Well, thank you for your time once again, and good luck here tonight, Mark.
Take care. Thanks.
Number 8 of Mark LaPierre. The Kinney Drugs Ford Mustang. Ooh, very close to several of these guys. Richard Beasley having a bit of a struggle there. But Brian Lorenzo and Doug Newbing are going to be bringing us to the green flag here at Martinsville as we round turn number 4. Ooh, big stack up in the field. I think it's intentional, and there they go. Not quite as good on the start for Newbing, but he's still right there on him. As they tail very closely behind. Brady Floyd hard on the brakes into almost the rear of the 39. Can Will Cloud get around and stay in third position? I think it's going to be close. Right now we see the 39 has a good grip around the track. Oh, the 20 is around. Can he stay out of the way? Does the caution fly? Caution does not fly for the 20. 39 of Fiedler goes down. He's got a recovery to make. Oh, I hear crunching up ahead. Oh, big collision. Caution's out. I see Rob Carl involved. We'll be right back and see what happened. Oh, we're having a tough race. Yes, Brett, I am sorry. You've been having a very tough race. Many of these guys have. We'll be right back. Okay, we're here. We are paying attention to seeing what's happening. It looks like the 81 comes down, blocks the 2 just a bit too late. And because of that, when they're both on the brakes, it just the car starts sliding more than actually slowing down. Definitely a big clip of the curb there for the 2 of Carl. Collides back into the 81, sending them both up the racetrack. And it looks like into the wall. Ooh, just a skim, but that's a collision with the 45 for the 2. Thankfully, a major wreck has been avoided there, but with Floyd down and 39 struggling, this has just been a very tough race. Disappointed isn't the right word for how I'm feeling about this, Brett, but it is certainly becoming one of these races, you know? Just one of these races. Okay, we come back. Hey, Chris Stroop's up into 6th position as it looks like Jeffrey Belk hits pit road. Imagine several other drivers are imagining doing the same. But Will Cloud's now got teammate Brian Ferradian back with him. That'll be helping him out and keeping him going forward. Bryn George with FZ Racing up into 7th position. Paul M's currently in 8th. That's good for his damaged car. You just see the damage on so many of these guys. They near race enders for a lot of them. But still got a ways to go for tonight. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and interview somebody again. We can do a quick one. Let's go ahead and grab somebody different yet again. Wanted to grab Jacob McMillan, but he did request not to be grabbed. So let's grab the 55 of Jeffrey Belk. Let's see how he's doing. Jeff is open the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Currently, it seems like everybody's races are going all over the place. Tell me a little bit about tonight.
Started up towards the front, had an unfortunate incident trying to avoid Richard there on lap 1. Worked our way back up from the rear, spun it again, working our way back up from the rear. So hopefully just took our last stop of the night.
Okay. Definitely seems like you guys are in for one crazy race. Who do you... I gotta ask, what's going to be your strategy call?
We're green. We're green. We're green.
I'll bring you back to your team. Thank you for your time, Jeff.
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
No
I know.
problem.
I'm watching. Bit late for an interview. That's okay, though. We'll talk to him again, I'm sure. Good start for the 77, though, of Lorenzo. Ooh, almost a tough one there for a couple of these guys as they go down into the turn. Can Fradian hold off Carl behind? Couple big moves for some of these guys. Bryn George now in 6th position. Richard Drake right behind him. Ooh, I think that was a collision between Fiedler and Ems. It's a tough one. Big stuff going on towards the rear. West Gallo up into 13th. There's Brett Murphy coming in many, many laps down. Currently sitting second to last. Currently last car running. So Daniel Skies has been out of this race. Sykes, I think it is. I don't know. I've not been corrected for any of the mispronunciations, so we'll have to see which one is correct at some point. Leaders coming up now. Jeffrey Bucks, the last car on the lead lap. He will be the lucky dog, though, if he does not go another lap down. He's got a good, at least looking car. But that is going to mean that your top 15, once they come around, are going to be the only ones on the lead lap. I believe this is our lowest attendance race, Martinsville. Chris Pierce unable to make tonight. New Beginning still close behind the 77. Will Cloud stays rounding out your top 3, but Rob Carl has been right hot on the heels of the 81. These two were championship contenders last year. Freddie End with a good run off the turn, though, and that is going to be a struggle for Carl as Fiedler comes around to take 7th position away if he can, but he's got a harder run along the outside. Keep in mind, this is not like a track like Daytona or what have you where the banking is really high. That outside line has a good run when they come back down the backstretch. There's not a lot of banking here at Martinsville. Another one of the challenges of this track is you can see the different shade in the track between the bottom of the turn and then the exit down the backstretch. That's concrete versus asphalt. Concrete is a higher grip coefficient for these tires. Does eat them up a little bit. Oh, the Fiedler around into the wall. No caution thrown. Richard Drake, though, coming up down to the inside of Fradian. Can he take it away? It looks like he might be able to. There it does. It looks like he has a good run off the turn. That's going to be Richard Drake up into 4th. He's now has a big gap to close to Will Cloud ahead, who rounds out your top 3. Lorenzo coming in on Belk, trying to put him a lap down. Looks like Jeff's been able to build up a little bit of speed. Apologies for the not intense commentary. Looks like we're kind of in a more calm point right now. A lot of these people just kind of backing off right now. Definitely some big accidents throughout the night, though. Cannot forget that. This will be a big toll on many of the drivers, and I think this will be an interesting one in terms of teams when it comes out to see who is where. We have a battle for position right now between Coluccio and Gallo. Patrick Coluccio still has the position over West, currently sitting in 13th. Overdrives the turn, though. Wes Gallo comes back to steal it away. On the bottom is Brett Murphy, a lot of laps down. 36 from the leader. Still a battle between them. Can Coluccio come back? As Gallo holds on to 13th. Murphy trying to come up as he rides the bottom. Look how much more grip he has in that turn. I think he's been able to take all of his repair time he's needed to. Well, it does put him all these laps down. He does have a better car to drive. A bit rough off the turn, though. Good collision there for the 71 as they come down to pass Richard Beasley, the Dover winner. It's like Rob Carl looking to make a move there. Yep, it looks like he made it stick there on Fradian. Brady Floyd gets around Chris Stroop. Can Paul Ems come back and do something? He's definitely a bit further back, but he's been able to repair his car, and he doesn't care anymore. He's got heavy damage and is able to come in and do what he wants. 100 laps to go at the completion of this one. Yeah, so completion of this lap we're on now will be 100 to... We're 100 to go now. Apologies. Looks like we're getting a bit of free bird action there out of the 88. Does not ride the wall during the turn, just down the straight. Rob Carr currently sits in 5th position. Will Cloud rounds out your top 3. Let's go ahead and inside and see what it's like to drive here at Martinsville now that they've got a little bit more clear air. Let's see how this race is going. I was taking a drink, and looks like Brett Murphy got around, but no yellow is thrown. Taking a look at our championship points right now, Brian Lorenzo leads the standings. It will be Rob Carl sitting in 2nd and Brett Murphy in 3rd. This is after the Indianapolis Road Course. Richard Beasley with his wins stands in 5th. Heading back a little bit through the championship, let's see Chris Stroop, who's been having a couple of good races, but has been having some very on-again, off-again races. He sits in 11th, and then kind of the rest of your field really sticking in to see who can get the best finishing positions possible throughout the rest of the run. A little bit further down, we can see Doug Newbegin with 1 win, but barely any attendance is keeping him down in 24th. That will shoot him up tonight, depending on where he finishes, whether it's a win or not. Once again, just a little bit, we can check down to Richard Drake, who unfortunately has been able to make so few of these races so far this year, just due to his internet connection and other PC issues. So we apologize for you, Richard. Oh, that's the 18 around. Just makes it more of a trouble. Richard Drake, though, definitely looking like he wants to pass, but just doesn't have the pace for it, as Lorenzo and Newbegin have been able to just run away with this thing so far. It looks like they're 3 wide, coming up to mostly lap traffic as they're fighting their way through. Can Lorenzo continue to navigate? It looks like these guys are having one crazy fight right now, as all of them are basically on different laps. very close there for the 3, but he's able to hold it together. With all these cars together and how many passes are going down, you'd think my board is lighting up right now with passes, but it's just staying completely solid. One pass, though, is Brett Murphy against Matt Stewart, who's staying down in the pits with heavy damage. Into the wall for the 3 during the turn. Bit of freebird there, but not intentional. Definitely does not ride the wall. 2 leaders there. We can see Jeffrey Belk has not given the leaders a break one bit. So I imagine the next caution, he'll be able to come back and really give these guys a run for their money. Currently, as he sits down in 13th position, he'll have a chance to come and do something incredible. As Rich Drake continues to ride that rear end of the 48 of Will Cloud. It looks like he might have pressured him just the right amount, intimidating him to overdriving the turn. Can he dive down and take the position away? It's going to be a close one here. Still side by side off of turn number 2. Will Cloud not making this easy, that is for sure. Richard has the position right now. And there he is. He's able to throw the block. He's got it. But will be able to hold on to it is the question. Now that Will has a target, he knows what he can go for. He's not losing sight of what's ahead. But I don't think it will be enough. For right now, anyway. Looks like Newbigin and Drake are currently running at about the same kind of speed. We'll see how this continues to develop. Gotta thank Pierce Graphics for our race insights as we finally have another good green flag run. We needed this one, guys. We really did. But looks like we're going to be staying at a similar pace. That gap is very close. Pop over to Rob Carl, see how he is handling for tonight. We'll check to see if that battle forecast tells if he is closing in to Will Cloud. Apparently he is. Across the line, similar pace, though. It's to be expected. It's Martinsville. It's going to be a tight one. All right. Coluccio makes the pass on Gallo. Can he make it stick, though? Looks like he will be able to. Gallo doesn't have quite the runoff I think he wants. It looks like, over from what I've been seeing so far, Coluccio has a bit more of the pace than the Gallo does, but Gallo's been struggling to keep it going. No, not Gallo, sorry. Coluccio's been struggling to keep it going, but these guys are definitely having a fight back here, even though they're all in different laps. All right. Looks like Brandon Fiedler and Brian Fradian, the two Wisconsiners, currently battling together for Equipment Geek Racing. Fiedler takes 7th. They can have a lot of their drivers currently running up inside the top 10. This might be another good points haul for Equipment Geek. McLeod still stays in 3rd position. Rob Carl staying a pretty similar gap behind. So Richard Drake tries to close in to the drivers ahead. Just doesn't have the pace for it. Ooh, very close there to the 42 of Michael Sparks. Check that battle forecast again, and we can see... All right, definitely losing time. Well, definitely losing time, but it looks like Newbigin is able to be just that a little bit faster. We'll see how this updates it once again before we head up to your leaders and see how they are doing for tonight. Collision to the wall for the 7 is Stewart. 26, 33. Yep, we are going all over the place in terms of gap. Doug looks like he's having a bit more trouble navigating through this traffic with the 77 of Lorenzo. Bryn George taking that bottom line. He is in 10th position. He is the last car on the lead lap. 10th place. That is just how far back so many of these guys are. It is crazy. There they go, separating between them now. That's a whole 2-car lengths, but that's going to be a big dive down for Newbegin on the bottom. Very aggressive move. Continue to run. Lorenzo almost leading him into the 8 of LaPierre. Currently the 12 of McMillan doing a pretty good job of sticking with these guys as he stays in 11th position. Getting some good points for Adria for Ben McDonald, who is missing tonight's race. Ooh, around goes Beasley. Goes down to the bottom. No caution flown yet again. Looks like our race control's getting fed up with the caution. Oh, Malavania turns the 2. Yeah. That happened. No caution? Oh, as he pulls down. Stay out of the... Oh, my God. How have we not... He's backing up onto the track. How have we not had a yellow? Okay. No yellow. All right. Guess we're just not doing them anymore. Sounds good. Uh-oh. Looks like Jeffrey Belk's either having a connection issue or something. That's not good. 64 Murphy's around. Looks like he just instantly toes. Does not want to deal with it at all. Okay. We just had a lot of incidents there, back to back. And, yeah. I think Jeff either had an incident and I can't watch it, or he disconnected due to a loss or something. That is unfortunate. And it now means that, well, Jacob McMillan's in the top 10. Same with Bryn George. Paul Ems is currently the last car on the lead lap. But as you can see, the 28 Valvoline machine is currently getting in a lot of trouble. Ooh, there he goes. He almost loses it off the turn. Hard to keep this car going straight. As Brian Lorenzo and Doug Newbegin have a near stranglehold in this race. Oh, as Lorenzo gets turned by the 22. Heavy incident there for both of your leaders. Everyone hard on the brakes as they slip through. Richard Drake currently classified as the leader. We shall be back and see what brought out our incident there in technicalities. It looked like a wall skim for the 22. So, we'll be back. On one hand, boo yellows. On the other hand, yay, I finally have somebody else to talk to. All right, we leave turn number 2. It looks like, yep, the 22 just gets loose off of 2 as he's up and running the high side, takes out both the leaders, 77 and the 71. That is going to be a big incident, and they're all going to be pitting in, but that is going to be some damage repair they're going to have to make it, and that is a front left tire lockup for the 71. While his race is not over, that is certainly going to be some extra damage repair time he has to take. Whoa. All right, we'll be right back and come back to live. Okay, we rejoin. Richard Drake's getting down pit road. Many of these drivers are. It's something we do expect to see. All right. This is turning into a race. Cool. Let's interview somebody. Let's interview someone we haven't spoken to tonight. Maybe somebody we haven't spoken to a lot of. Maybe we've spoken to Brady a bit, but he's up in a good position. I don't know. Of course, if you have anybody, please let me know. You know what? Let's talk to Paul Ems. I want to hear about his determination he's had here tonight and what his thoughts are. I really do. We've given a lot of time to Great Way North unintentionally tonight. Yeah, so let's go ahead and grab him and see what his thoughts are. Paul Ems, it's Noah up in the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, you've been having one crazy race full of incidents. You got to tell me what's going on.
Yeah, bouncing around back and forth. A couple self-inflicted wounds there. I think we'd be in a much better spot. Mostly just self-inflicted stuff. But car still feels okay. A little underpowered, but I think we're gonna be all right here.
A little. I mean, I've seen your car with so many like tire lockups and just missing bumper and like everything falling apart, and yet you are still going and still going strong. How? Just how?
Yeah, I got something's going on with the left front. I don't know if it's suspension damage or what, but I'm wheel hopping pretty hard going into 1 and 3. But the car's still slowing down and turning, so as long as it can keep doing that, we're gonna keep trying moving forward.
And yet you're still sitting in 7th place?
I believe so, yeah. I'm at the back because of the lucky dog here now, which is gonna be a headache. But as long as I'm on the lead lap, and anything can happen.
That's true. Well, Paul, thank you very much for your time. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
Shout out to Great White North. The rest of the team, we're kind of having a rough day today, as I'm sure you see. But we put in a lot of practice, and we came prepared. We just got a little unlucky.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Paul. Good luck.
Thank you.
Just caught the end of the green flag there. Brady Floyd and Will Cloud taking the green flag. I believe it was. Richard Drake a little bit further back as he did pit. Will with a fantastic start as Brady Floyd trying to come back and really put himself into this race. Fiedler overdrives the turn. Richard Drake into second. Your two leaders with pretty okay cars. Floyd with a bit of damage, but he definitely looks fast. He's got Lorenzo behind him way further back. It's going to be Doug Newby. He's sitting in 18th. He's 5 laps down. Had to take major damage repair after that incident. That's going to be putting his win contention basically out the window. But as we've seen so far with our determination of the night, Paul Ems, he's going to might be able to come back as Floyd's around into the wall. Keeps it going. Oh, he comes out in front of Ricky, and Beasley takes himself out and into Ems. The commentator's curse. Oh, the commentator's curse. I'm so sorry, Paul. Hopefully he can keep it together. Oh, man, guys. Cautions breed cautions. But we do get people to talk to, so. You win some, you lose some. We basically saw that as it developed, so we're just gonna interview somebody and not have to worry about it. Let's go ahead and interview the 81 of Brian Fradian. Somebody we have not spoken to a lot so far this season. Brian, it's Noah in the booth. Do you read me?
Hey, Noah.
I know you're a little bit quiet due to some microphone issues, so I'm going to have to boost your... Oh, you're already boosted up all the way. Great. That's okay. Well, you've been having...
The mic.
Sorry?
I'll get closer to the mic.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you. But you've been having one crazy race. I've seen you towards the front several times. I've seen you towards the rear, and yet you keep this thing going. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm, kind of out of my element on short track racing, so I'm just trying to be as annoying as possible. I know Brian in front of me got mad at one point. It is what it is. Rob was pretty upset with me at one point. It is what it is. It's just short track racing. But with my run of luck as of late, I'm kind of just doing me. And
Okay.
It seems to be paying off right now.
It definitely seems so. I mean, you got to be careful with that, philosophy, though, of, like, just how many friends can you have out on track, and if you're not making them, then it makes certain things a bit more difficult, but it does allow you to be super aggressive, so.
It does, but I think the lucky thing for me is we've got 8 guys at EGR that you can always depend on, so, and when you got 8 guys, that's a large majority of the, it's a, what is the term, plurality of the field, so.
Yeah. Well, I do have to ask, what happened to Jeff?
He just is having a bad race, and
Okay.
yeah, I don't. Yeah.
All right, that we can stop there. It's okay. I understand.
All right.
Well, Brian, thank you very much for your time. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
I want to thank Victos, the EG guys, all of my family, my wife. Yeah, it really means a lot. Man, I feel like I'm rusty.
All right. Well, Brian, thank you for your time yet again, and good luck here tonight.
All right, thank you.
There we go. I had to look for the wrong number of guys in their chat, so messed me up a little bit. Lights on the pace car are off, though, and we're going to be rounding turn 2. Sorry, we're on 4. But it's going to be Will Cloud, otherwise known as Billy Stratus, and Richard Drake, last season's champion, coming to take the green flag. The Irish.com Motorsport Simulation pace truck hits pit road, and the 48 Pierce Graphics Toyota Camry, for now Equipment Geek Racing rather than FZ, comes around turn number 4. He's got Brian Lorenzo behind him. There he goes. Good start for the 48 team. We see 2 winners right now here. We have Lorenzo and Cloud, both with 2 wins. Lorenzo comes down hard on the brakes, trying to keep Richard Drake out of that spot. Does not want him to come back. Lorenzo's got the position. He's been very fast in his 77 Ader Esports Ford Mustang tonight. Will Cloud a little bit hard on the brakes. I don't think he took a pit stop, so that's going to make him on older tires. Caution's out again. It's now going to be Lorenzo and Cloud. Let's, oh, Paul, no. And with more suspension damage. We'll be back. Okay, we have your incident here. I know we just missed it there. We'll rewind one more time to take a look. You can see it looks like there's definitely a collision there between the 2 and the 12. That's Carl and McMillan. As they come down the front stretch. McMillan into the wall. Paul Ems, I don't think he can get out of the way fast enough. Oh, he hits the brakes and just the car turns on him, gets into the 12 and just sends him around. And he starts going down the track because he has absolutely no control over his car. Gets straight hit by Beasley. A bit of collision there by the 64 and Murphy. Oh, you hate to see it, guys. No. All right, well, I think that's probably going to be Paul's race there. That's a tricky one to come back from when you have that much damage. So this has been a tough race for many of them. Well, we're here. Let's go and interview Brady Floyd. I was thinking about it earlier, but didn't end up doing it. You know what? Let's interview Bryn George. I don't think I've given him too many interviews so far this season to get his thoughts. I'm sorry, Brady. We'll get back to you soon eventually. Bryn's on the booth. Do you read me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Currently running in 6th position. You've been having one race that's put you all over the board.
Yeah, I've been last, near the front, middle, yeah, everywhere.
Well, with that, you still keep your car going. Please tell me a little bit about what's going on.
If I could sum it up in one word, chaos. But no, it's very fun. Very competitive. There's almost no tire wear. I mean, after that 100 lap run at the beginning, my tires were like 96, and I spun out once. So no tire wear. It's just very competitive all throughout the field.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, what's going to be your strategy coming through this last little bit of the race?
Honestly, I just want to survive. You know, I think I got good speed. Last time I self-spun, I hit the inside wall pretty hard, and I think I messed up my steering a little bit. So basically just survive and get what I can get. I mean, I'm on the lead lap, so anything's possible.
All right. Well, Bryn, thank you very much for your time. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
I'd love to shout out EGR, 4Cloak Media. They're awesome. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time yet again, and good luck here tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Brent George for FZ Racing, part of the Equipment Geek Racing umbrella. All right, and with that, Will Cloud's going to be taking the green flag along with the 77 of Brian Lorenzo for Adria Esports. The round turn number 4, head into the Geico restart zone. It's Will Cloud. Diving straight into that bottom lane. Richard Drake now with the best start. Whoa! Huge run wide there for Lorenzo. Richard Drake going to be closing in, bearing in on that 48. Cloud runs wide. Those older tires are not helping him. The fresher... Oh, they're around Brinjor. Oh, God. No caution? There it is. Caution flies. I think Cloud keeps it ahead. But that is... that's a tricky one. We'll be right back. Okay, we're here. See several drivers coming up wide. Following up with the 45, gets rear-ended by the 87 of Stroop. Commentator's curse strikes again. Takes out Bryn George. Sends him around, going down. A bit of a collision there with Gallo. I don't think very hard, though. Sends them both up the track. Lucio is going to end up getting involved with that. Carl with another tail slap of the wall. Comes and spins around. Oof, that's going to be a lot of speed for the 22 into the Geico wall. 2 gets into the 18, who's going to hit. And then the big pile of hits. Beasley gets through. Beasley, well, hits George Malavagna into Beasley. Several of these guys barely making it through. We've had a wreck fest. We have had a wreck fest. If we do not finish by, well, we got 40 laps left roughly. If we don't finish by 9:15, I'm gonna call it. So that's the way we do. That's the way we do. We'll be right back. Okay. Who do we interview? Well, I said I would. Let's grab Brady Floyd. Brady's on the booth. Do you read me?
Yes, sir.
Well, you, I don't know how your race has been going.
Up and down is probably the best way to describe it.
Seems like a lot of people have been having that problem as of late.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I wish we could have gone green there because I was the fastest car on track, long run speed, like late long run speed, but I don't know what's happened. I've been wrecked by myself and by the next gen here because car just wants to jump and then slide because I'm getting some frame stutter. So apologies to whoever was involved in that last wreck because that started with me just getting on skates. But I don't know what's going on, so we're gonna try and make the best of it and end up with at least a top 5. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? What have you thought so far?
It's not as bad as the race that isn't named.
The NF race that will remain unnamed?
Yes. It's not as bad as that.
Well, we
you guys are trying though.
Counts that, but we're trying, yep. Let's see, what's the 14X, nothing much.
You probably have one of the lesser count in the field too.
I'm just happy. I don't think I've wrecked anybody yet tonight, so keeping it clean for
All
charity.
Right. Well, Brady, thank you very much for your time. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
Got to thank you for painting it, Adria for the teamwork, and then Forkloak Media for broadcasting, being on the car. I know we're racing in remembrance for a few people tonight, so just want to say thank you to them and shout at them.
All right. Brady, thank you very much for your time, and good luck.
Thank you.
Number 20, Brady Floyd, going to be starting as Will Cloud takes the lead yet again off the start. He definitely has that start absolutely nailed down. As Brian Lorenzo closes in behind Richard Drake right there. These two going to be battling for second position. Lorenzo around. Drake around. Caution flies. Guys, come on, please. They're trying. They're trying. We'll be back. Okay, we're watching. Lorenzo on the bottom. Clips the curb. Sends himself around. Comes back up the track. Drake, I'm not sure what happened there. Someone sent him up the track. Lorenzo, because he's caught in the bottom, gets involved with Gallo. Carl, Bryn. Comes down, hits Stroop. Causes a huge pile up there on the bottom. Alright. Well, we saw that, so. Real time. You know, let's hit up Wes Gallo with another driver we haven't spoken to so far tonight. You can see we're trying to stick to the top drivers. If we get another one, we'll break down and call somebody else. So the 07, let's see how he's doing. Wes, know the boat. Do you read me?
Yeah. Yes.
Do I need to bring you back?
No, I'm just giving you crap.
Oh, okay. All right.
We were actually just in chat talking about how everyone you've pulled up has died immediately after. So then immediately here I come. Hello.
Yep. Well, that's been the curse of the night so far. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm not doing anything with speed, so I'm kind of just surviving and I'm running 5th. So. Oh.
Well, we're approaching the end of the race. You're glad for it to almost be over?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hot. I'm tired. This is a lot. I'm ready for it to end soon.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I don't blame you. What are your thoughts so far?
It's been as chaotic as I expected. The green flag runs have been fun. Short runs have been chaotic fun. It's what you expect from Martinsville, man.
Okay, makes a lot of sense to me. Well, before I let you go, who do you have to thank for your car here tonight?
I guess we'll start with Cloak. I got DeWalt on the car this week. Don't want to actually embarrass any of my real sponsors with my hauling short track racing. So let's just go with you and DeWalt. How's that?
All right, good enough for me. Well, Wes, thank you very much for your time. Good luck here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you. If I die, it's your fault, though.
Okay.
Bye.
07 of Wes Gallo. If he dies, it is my fault. Commentator's curse. Field is very spread out towards the rear. With that, though, Will Cloud's going to be taking the green flag yet again. As they hit the restart zone, they go. Brady Floyd with a good start there, though. Brian Fradian close there. Currently, the 3 Equipment Geek drivers left. Cloud, Fradian, and Feather sitting inside the top 5. Wes Gallo with FZ looking pretty good right now. Stays in 5th. Brian Fradian and Brady Floyd starting to fight for position. Don't tell me I heard tire screeching. I did, but I don't see anybody around yet. Oh, Brady gets right into the rear and sends himself up the track of Cloud, but Cloud's able to maintain. Fredian stays in 2nd. He's got a bit... Fiedler stays in 2nd. Fredian's a little bit further back. That's an Equipment Geek 1, 2, 3. With now Wes Gallo in 4th for the FZ Racing. Can Rob Carl get around? Ooh, gives a big punt into the rear of the 07. They go. Lorenzo tries to swerve his way through. Drake also coming down. These guys that are not Equipment Geek are very aggressive. Drake in 4th. Can Fradian and Fiedler hold them off to let Will win again? Or will Will let one of them win? We'll have to see how this plays out. We are closing in to the final couple of laps. My ticker says 10 minutes. I imagine that to be double that. Go ahead and bring up some headshots of our drivers here. Something we haven't gone through enough yet tonight. Richard Drake, who's unfortunately not had the opportunity to show his off that much. He's got his. Mark Lapierre is the 8, not the 16. Just FYI. New Beginning is the 71, not the 8. Okay. That is going to be our headshot board of the night so far. Just gives you a quick rundown of some of the positions out on track as well. Currently, the drivers out are Daniel Sykes, Matt Stewart, Jeffrey Belk, and I believe Doug Newbegin is out of the race as well. Richard Drake currently sits in 4th position, trying to close into Brian Fradian ahead as Brian Lorenzo tails behind Drake. Let's go ahead and take a peek at our battle prediction. Whoa, that is a huge close in there. Or battle forecast, my apologies. Within 7 laps, they say. Let's see what that looks like across the line this time. Overtake difficulty has gone up, but the number has stayed the same. I think that's it. That's going to be Richard Drake looking down to the bottom. Can he break into the top 3? Ooh, it's going to be close. They're side by side. I think there might have been just a hair of contact between them as well. Hard racing, the 2 previous championship contenders. Drake got it last season. Richard Drake takes the position. Brian Lorenzo, it's a Brian on Brian action. Lorenzo takes the bottom line. I think he'll be able to snake through. He just doesn't have it. Fradian loses the position. Not quite, though. Lorenzo still has to fight for it as Christopher Stroop begins to close in. Stroop currently sitting in 6th position, still a bit further back. Can't quite get into striking distance yet. As now we see Richard Drake beginning to close in to Brandon Fiedler ahead. 21 laps to go. Take a look at our battle forecast panel. Again, within 42 laps, supposedly. Let's see how that updates across the line this time. Jeez. You can tell it is getting late. Within 9. Richard Drake is a contender for the race win. Caution's out. Beasley around. Okay. Alright, let's see what happened to Beasley. We'll be right back. Follow along, taking the high line across 3 and 4. Car skates a little bit on the change between the concrete and the asphalt. Right side's hit the asphalt. Yep, there's just some less grip. Not enough in the car. Gets a little bit too early on the gas. Sends the car around. Unfortunately for a previous race winner. Molavanya avoid? He does. Okay. Let's interview somebody we have not, interviewed a lot this season thus far. I want to grab Coluccio, but I can't. Nor McMillan. So, we'll be back, and we'll probably grab Snellgrove. Okay, we return. Let's go ahead and grab Mr. Snellgrove. 22. Greg's nothing but, do you read me?
Hey!
Hi.
How you doing? Hi.
Well, currently, you've been having one, I won't say wreck-filled, but kind of, race.
Yeah, it started on lap 2, and it just, yeah.
Been having fun, though?
It's been fun. Oh, yeah. Besides the little incidents there, yeah, it's been fun. I had the longest pit stop, I think 11 minutes on pit road.
Oof. Man.
Yes.
Well, aside from, your incidents, how do you feel about car speed?
The car feels great. A little bit of damage on it, but I still got even a set of tires in the pits if I actually needed it. It's turning real good. I feel like I'm sitting where I should be right now, between 7th and 8th.
Which is okay. All right. Well.
So next week.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing is you can come back next week. It's Martinsville is just one of those you can almost throw the race away.
Yeah, you're right. You can end your race on lap 1 for sure. You got to survive. It's a survival event.
Yeah. Well, with that though, who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
Thank everybody at Comfort Plus. Thank the team for showing up and doing what they do, and everybody that shows up and watches and races with us each week.
All right. Well, Greg, thank you very much for your time and good luck here tonight.
Thanks, Noah. Hope you're enjoying the Wreck Fest.
It's not as bad as Nashville.
We don't talk about that.
No, we don't. Number 22, Greg Snellgrove, currently sitting in 17th position. Action.com Motorsport Simulation Pace Truck pulls down pit lane as we are about to go green yet again here in the CASCAR Schroeder Plumbing Cup Series. Two teammates currently sitting 1 and 2 with Richard Drake and Brian Lorenzo right behind them on their tails. They enter the Geico restart zone. It's green flag. Good start for the two of them. They know when they're going. Oh, a collision for Drake into Fiedler. Fiedler definitely going for the hard block. Does not want to let Drake get in anywhere near striking distance. Lorenzo very close to Drake. Currently has the 3rd position as he comes to block. Floyd trying to get around Freddie Ann, but can't do it. As they get into Chris Stroop, send him not around, but very close. Big collision between them. They save it. Good recovery by Christopher Stroop. Uh-oh, I hear cars. Is Kyle okay? Kyle's okay. Oh, they're not, though. Stroops are... Oh, guys, please. Just let it end. Please, just let it end. Like I said, 9:15, 10 laps. We should be able to do it unless we have a wreck literally every lap and keep taking the green-white checker. Alright, we'll be back. An aggressive move down low by the 20, it looks like. Actually, no. Stroop almost actually spins himself and Floyd tries to dodge. I don't think he even hits him. Sends the 87 around and unfortunately leaves the race after that. Oh, man, a 5-wide incident there as the entire rear section of the track is just, well, front stretch, but off of turn 4 is just blocked. It's short track racing, all right. It looks like his front tires are just completely stuck, so we'll be back. We come back in. Let's dial somebody. Let's dial Ashton Reiki. Currently sitting in the 11th position. Curious what his thoughts are. Ashton is over the booth. Do you read me?
Hello?
Hi.
How's it going?
Well, you're right now currently sitting in the 11th position. Give me your thoughts.
It's been an adventurous race. I'm glad to be there. The goal tonight was a top 10. No, I'm kidding. It was a top 20, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, in terms of being honest with yourself, you're almost in the top 10 and you're on the lead lap.
Yeah, it's working out that way. Literally going into this, my thought was it's one of the tightest tracks we run. Just keep the nose clean and try and be there at the end. Getting spun in a racing incident early rattled me a little bit, but we got her all gathered back up and we're not doing too bad now.
All right. Well, I do have to ask, do you think you can make it into the top 10?
I'll be honest, I'm not gonna go for it. I'm in the position where I'm riding. If something happens in front of me and I get there, that'll be great for the Mooselanders team altogether. If not, we're really just sitting here, just riding along.
Okay. Well, it seems like good points either way. So, Ashton, thank you for your time. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
I got to thank Wingnut Productions first and foremost, and then the team, everybody that works back at the shop, and the Mooselanders, so Michael Sparks and the rest of the guys on the team.
All right. Thank you much for your time, and good luck.
Thank you.
Ashton Riki currently sitting in the 11th position, almost into the top 10. He's got Jacob McMillan in front of him, but he is on the lead lap, so he might be in contention. With that, though, we only got a couple laps left to go. Well, before green-white checkers, and Will Cloud is going to be taking the lead along with Brandon Fiedler. In the Geico restart zone. Good start on the bottom line. Lorenzo is right there. Oh, and Drake's around. Yellow? No yellow. Okay, Drake recovers. Wow, I'm very impressed. Lorenzo sticks in second position. That is going to be Fiedler right behind him, though. As Lorenzo is going to do anything he can to try to break Will Cloud. Oh, he pushes him! Caution's out. Can I cry? Like, on stream? Is that okay? Can I do that? I don't know. I don't even know what brought out the yellow anymore. I can't even tell. Based on position. Like, I literally can't. So, okay. Was it Matt? I think it might have been Matt. We'll be back. Okay, we got it. We're in, following along with the 3. Whoa, huge overdrive there by the 88 of Hallahan, coming off of turn 4, I think this is. Yup, going off 4. Oh, Michael Sparks. Collides between the two. Well, looks like more. I was supposed to be looking at Sparks rather than Malavania. What happened here? We ran a little bit there to see what just happened. Because I am fascinated. Looks like he just didn't. Hard on the gas. Too hard. On the high line. Yep. Alright. Will be real time. Okay. So we're here. Yeah. So this should be green-white checker number 1. I think. Yes, that sounds right. I can't interview any more that I haven't already of your top 15? Well, Malvania and Mundell haven't gotten interviews yet. I actually, now that I think about it, shouldn't bring up either one of them because Mundell has been having a very, very tough day. And Malavania just got wrecked, which is usually the policy I try to avoid, is not to bring up people that just got wrecked. So, beyond that, we really don't have many people here that I haven't interviewed. I don't... Yeah. There's a few, I guess, but the longer I deliberate on who to grab, the less time we have, so I guess we're just not going to right now. So, yeah. Be going green next time. Well, not this next time, but 2 times anyway. So, it will be a dash to the finish. Is someone going to get wrecked for the win? That will be my question. Currently, Cloud and Fiedler, as they are in the same voice channel, will be able to plan their start as soon as they cross the line, so I imagine that's what they'll be doing, as Lorenzo will be waiting to try to take away that lead the best he can, but he will be caught on the high side, which does make it a bit more difficult. Do have to give, of course, a thank you to Schroeder Plumbing, who's been sponsoring our series. I know tonight's a night, but they are a family-run company that's been in business for over 50 years in the southeastern Wisconsin area. They specialize in residential new construction and remodeling plumbing services. They will also work with local builders, or they will work with individuals hoping to build their dream home or do their own remodeling. You can give them a call to their office number, 262-971-0401. The number once again is 262-971-0401, Schroeder Plumbing. Pace truck is off, and it's going to be Lorenzo and Cloud coming in to take the green flag. Here as they enter the Geico restart zone. Will Cloud's off. Good start out of Cloud. Not quite the one I think Fiedler is looking for. Hard on the brakes early. Floyd very close to the rear there of the 39. Your top four starting to break away. I think Ben McDonald might be pretty happy with the potential top 10 finish that Jacob McMillan might be able to secure for him. Oh, huge. Oh, God, guys. Guys, please. Okay. We'll see what happened. Okay. We have Bryn George. Self spins. 12 comes up out of the way. It looks like, oh, most people do, but Ashton Reiki gets straight into the back of the 41 who sends him, and oh my God, guys. Oh, a lot. Pierre's around. Reiki's around. Drake's around. Carl involved again. Beasley, almost. Richard Beasley's been involved in so many incidents, and he keeps his car going. I do not know how. 24 laps down from the lead, I guess is how. But, man, guys. Gentlemen, please. Spare me. We'll be back. I have had my mic muted, and I am so sorry. Tell's getting late. Matt, thank you so much for the 19 months you've been subscribed. Cannot believe it. Approaching 2 years here on Streaming CASCAR, and you've been here basically from the start. Shout out goes to you, and thank you for every time you've come up in the booth and helped out. My heart goes out to you, man. Really appreciate it. So, if you haven't seen any of Matt's stream stuff, I know he doesn't often do it, but if you haven't, go follow and subscribe to him. He's awesome. Always appreciate the support we get from you guys as subscribers, and even all the followers and everybody that's out there. You guys are what making doing this bearable. Bearable in times like these. So. The Ice.com Motorsport Simulation Pace Truck hits pit lane. Once again, it is Lorenzo and the 48 of Cloud. Coming around, Fiedler. I was going to interview one of them, and there they go. Yes, please send your YouTube link as Will Cloud gets going yet again. Oh, that's Lorenzo around. Yeah, we should be on the final green white checker, so we'll finish the race under caution. Yes, you're streaming on YouTube now, Matt. Please, by all means, feel free to send your YouTube link in here. If whatever bot gives you issues for it, then I will promote it myself and not have to deal with it. You shouldn't have any issue, though. All right, we'll be back and take a look and see what happened. That is a tricky one to call, as Brandon was there, but also could have gone down a tiny bit more. Oh, that's a... All right, but Floyd gets into the 77, then gets into the 12. Big wreck here. Yep, Floyd comes back after getting spin there. Takes George out as well. Man, just so many guys just all involved here. Ashton Riki gets involved in that one. I think he might even quit out of that one. Comes down, barely squeezes his way through there. Gets caught with Hallahan. Oh, gentlemen. Matt Malvania did send in his YouTube, so there we go. Send his link in. Please go ahead and go over to that and subscribe. You definitely 100% should. Tell him I recommended you. Fantastic channel, as always. We'll jump back up to live. Okay. Let's run through your top 5 right now. That will be Will Cloud, Brandon Fiedler, Brian Fradian, Jacob McMillan, Brady Floyd. But Brady Floyd's hitting pit road, so it looks like Wes Gallo is going to be taking that 5th spot. Okay. That is who's going to be rounding out this race. But I think we do have one more green-white checker attempt. And then we will be, if there's another caution, we'll just finish under yellow. And they're going to be finishing right within my time limit of 9:15, because if they didn't, that was going to be it. I was going to end the stream there. So, Billy Stratus going to be starting from the top. He's got teammates around him. And it's going to be a close one. Now, as they leave turn number 4, he takes off. Not a great start, though, out of Fiedler. Maybe that was intentional. I don't know. As they come down, Brian Fradian slotted in on the bottom. Can Jacob McMillan finish up in a top 3 for Ben McDonald subbing in for him as they thunder down into turn 3? He's very close to a podium. It's going to be a tight one now as they cross the line. It's the white flag. Will Cloud looks to almost have it completely. Oh, McMillan's around. He covers it, though. He goes and he crashes on the pit exit. Unfortunate now. Oh, is Brian Fradian moves Lorenzo. Oh, my God. That is a... Whoa! More wrecks, and across the line, it was Will Cloud, Brandon Fiedler, and Brian Fradian. That was a move, and I can only imagine the very aggressive feelings that Brian Lorenzo is feeling right now. That one... Oh, boy. Well, oh, God. There is going to be very, very big emotions going on right now in the Discord chat. I can only imagine as Equipment Geek and FZ do their celebrations as Tyler Hallahan hangs back. The race in honor of his grandfather? Well, it's certainly a race. That's what it is. Will Cloud wins again. 3rd win of the season. Your top 5. Cloud, Fiedler, Fradian, Gallo, and Carl. We'll run through your finishing order soon as these guys do their celebrations. Honestly, first podiums for many of them this season. But in his first move up to Equipment Geek Racing from FZ, Will Cloud wins. You finished backwards, Mike? Yeah. This was a race as Gallo does a little bit of celebration there, just finishing outside the podium. Well, despite the fact that was quite the finish, and like I said, I can only imagine the fallout of some of the actions that were taken there. We are going to interview your 3rd place finisher, Brian Fradian. Get his thoughts of the night. Brian, so do you read me?
Hey Noah, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. You just got yourself your first podium position, I believe, of the season, aside from the win at the Clash.
Yep. It's not necessarily the way that I would have preferred to do it, obviously, but with the string of luck that I've been having, like I said earlier, I'm kind of just out there doing me. I do want to apologize to Brady though, for the earlier incident, because that was fully unintentional. Like I just locked the wheel and the brakes up, and that's completely on me, and I do apologize about that. But the last lap one is like, I like Brian, he's a good guy. But when you have the possibility of getting a team 1, 2, 3, and it's short track racing, and with the season that I've been having, I had to go for it.
I understand. I imagine he does at least a little, but that was a very aggressive move. What do you think the fallout of that is going to be? I'm curious.
I mean, if he's got something, I'll take it. I earned it. I deserved it. I'll be a man about it. But it's one of those things of track record wise, their team is full of guys who would do the exact same thing. To be honest, we saw that at Nashville Fairgrounds a couple of years ago. We saw that a couple of times this race. So I don't know. I don't think it's fair for somebody to call the pot to call the kettle black. But I definitely earned something if something comes from it, and I'm going to take it like a man.
Okay. All right. I think we're definitely going to be having some very high tensions going into next week.
It's possible. Like I said, I'll take it like a man. I earned it.
All right. Well, Brian, I do have to ask, what are you going to do to celebrate your podium position?
Hopefully just spend the rest of the night relaxing. That was a little bit of a stressful race, especially for short track racing. But hopefully it was a good show. Yeah.
It was a show. All right. Well, Brian, thank you very much for your time. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight?
I just want to thank the EG guys and Victos for actually letting me do that or run the scheme. My grandparents, all my family that watch Aunt B, all the Fredians, all the Potasics, my wife, parents. It means a lot that you guys are in my corner.
Okay. Well, Brian, thank you very much for your time one more time, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
Number 81, Brian Fredian finishes in third place after a very aggressive move against Brian Lorenzo. I'm keeping my hands clear of that one. That's this is not one that Forklift Media is going to stir the pot on when it comes to the game chats and stuff. That's no. That's the tensions between some of the teams are already kind of high. We're nope. All right, let's go and finish up. Bring up your second place finisher, Brandon Fiedler, and see what his thoughts are of tonight. Brandon's open the book. Do you read me?
There we go.
All right. Well, a second place finish. How are you feeling?
I feel like it's a win. One of those times I hit the inside wall, I damaged the suspension. So I was driving at basically a 45-degree angle down the straightaways to keep the car going straight. So I will 100% take that after all that happened.
Man, I'm trying to remember. Is this the first podium you've had of the season?
No, Bristol's the other one I
Oh,
had.
Bristol. That's right. That's right.
So as long as we go to short tracks the rest of the year, I'm good.
I don't think my mind could handle that. I get paid triple time if we're doing that. Well, Brandon, congratulations on the second place finish. What are your thoughts going into next week?
Sadly, I can't be here next week because that's the day we are coming back from Tennessee and we are driving back. So that's going to be. I think I'm going to miss next week, but I'm going to look for a sub so I can at least get some points for next week's race, so I can at least stay in the playoff hunt.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Otherwise, I would have been very excited because we did a preseason Rockingham race and it was very fun.
Okay. Well, Brandon, thank you for your time. Who do you have to thank for your race car here tonight, and how are you going to celebrate your second place finish as well?
I'd like to thank Jeff for being on the car. I'm sorry that he just had he was unfortunately the only EG guy that had a really tough night. The other EG guys finished very, very well, so we were all happy about that. But I'd also like to thank Schrader Plumbing, 921 Mobile DJ for being on the car. I'd like to thank my family for watching down in Tennessee. I can't wait to see you guys on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending if people are sleeping or not. I'd like to thank my wife for allowing me to do this every week. I love her to death, and she's not feeling real well right now. She's got kind of a cold, so after this, I got to go take care of her and make sure she's doing okay. But I'd also like to thank EG and you for broadcasting these races, Noah. Thank you so much for doing that.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Brandon, once again, and congratulations on the second place finish. I hope your wife feels better.
Thanks.
Number 39, Brandon Fiedler finishes in second place. This is an EG 1-2-3 with the move from Will Cloud into Equipment Geek Racing. Let's go and bring up your race winner for the third time this season, Will Cloud. Billy Stratus, it's Noah in the booth. Do you read me?
I do read you.
3 wins you have this season.
I honestly have no idea what to say. I mean, going into this year, I was not expecting to have a season like this. And to come at Martinsville, I've had 2 other short track now. These short tracks are just really going my way, especially through all the chaos this race had.
Yeah, So you now have 2 short track wins and a road course win, and then the stage win at Michigan. I think you might have a few other stage wins here and there as well.
Honestly, I honestly don't know. It's all over the place. But a thing I've now realized is that in all 3 races that Jacob has subbed for Ben, I have now won. So I gotta thank Ben for missing this race, because that's the reason why I won, just because Jacob was a sub.
Someone clip that, please. That is a very interesting coincidence, I have to admit.
And the other coincidence that I did break was, in both my other wins, I qualified 8th, but that did not happen here, so...
Okay. Wow,
But-
okay. Man.
You go.
Sorry. I mean, you've just been having quite the season so far. You are almost 100%, I think, guaranteed to go into the playoffs now. You're on a championship hunt for real. Are you excited for that?
I am insanely excited just to know the pace that I have and have a chance at the championship. Another thing I am also really excited about is that we had, I'm pretty sure it's 6 of drivers in the top 8, I believe, which is just absolutely insane. It is a great bounce back as for EG and FZ as a whole to come into this race and put up that performance.
Yes, I know you guys have been having a very, very rough season so far, but now with your move over to Equipment Geek, that gives Equipment Geek an official win. And, I mean, your entire, both teams have just, it's a very good points day.
This is, I mean, just, we all managed to make it through the chaos and whatever that race was, and we all were there at the end, which is just a really insane thing to think about, because that does not happen often.
Yeah. All right. Well, Will, thank you very much for your time. How are you going to celebrate your race win?
One thing's for sure is Cheez-Its, obviously. That should be a given by now. And we'll go from there.
All right. Who do you think for your race car here tonight before I let you go?
Obviously, both EG and FC. All the guys are amazing. And then Noah for this broadcast.
Okay. Well, Will, thank you very much for your time one more time, and congratulations on your 3rd race win of the season.
Thank you.
Number 48, Will Cloud wins his 3rd race of the season. Wow. Matt, I I fully agree with you. Yeah, that's this was a very tense race, and I think everybody's hearts were pumping at maximum speed this entire time, because that was just a lot. So I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for let's point at the camera. There we go. For joining us here tonight. This was a wreck fest and a half. Almost, I would say this is probably our second or third worst race we've had when it comes to cautions and caution laps and stuff. So we've gone through it though, and from this point, I think all of our races should be not as terrible as this one when it comes to that. But I do have to thank Tyler, give him a huge hand for sponsoring this week's race. I mean, it's great, and it's fantastic to hold a race in his honor. Jacob, of course, my heart goes out to you and to your friend's entire family. Rest in peace, Julian. And, got to thank Schroeder Plumbing for bringing us our fantastic series. They've been in business for over 50 years in the southeastern Wisconsin area, which is just absolutely incredible. They specialize in residential new construction and remodeling plumbing services. They're going to work with you, the individual, to build your dream home or do their own remodeling, along with any local builders if you do so choose. You give them a call today. Their office number, 262-971-0401. That number, once again, is 262-971-0401. Schroeder Plumbing. Got to give, of course, a huge thank you to Chris Pierce, who puts together our fantastic broadcast package by Pierce Graphics. Fantastic. They work great every single time. The constant support and just updates and second to none. Check them out at piercegraphics.com. I'm serious, they actually do own that domain. It's great. Fantastic custom built website. Of course, you can also find out more about them through my website as well. That's going to be fourcloak.net. We will see you guys next week, wherever that is. I don't have the schedule right now, and I am too tired to look for it in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to be missing American Thanksgiving. But after that, we will be back with Coast to Coast Spino Series as well for the Xfinity Series. That's the league that Brian Lorenzo runs, so be prepared to join in on that as well. And of course, thank you to everyone for all of your support. You guys make it worth doing, So don't worry, we'll be doing another giveaway soon. I just gotta piece together what I'm gonna be doing. So, but we got another plan in the works. So, with that, I'm gonna end it here, and we will see you all next time. Have a good one.